Good morning. Myself Ashwin Bople, Assistant Professor in BMIT Solapur. Today we are going for the subject Engineering Mechanics, that is Applied Mechanics. So in that first bit is resultant. So let's go for the resultant topic. So what the resultant is? The definition of resultant: it is a single force which can produce the same effect as that of number of forces acting on that body. So to clear this concept, we will go for an example. What is the resultant? Suppose I want to move this box from this place to this place. For that reason, if I apply number of forces on it, let's say each of 1 Newton. Okay. So what is the task of these 4 forces? To move this box from this place to this place. Okay. Now in the second case, the same box, if I move with the help of crane like machine, okay, so the machine will do the same work as that of these 4 forces acting on that body. So ultimately this machine is converted as a resultant of that. So what is the resultant? Once again, definition of resultant: it is a single force which can produce the same effect as that of number of forces acting on this body. So ultimately this is going to be a 4 Newton. So again, the concept behind the resultant: it is a single force which can produce the same effect as that of number of forces acting on that body. So this is the concept behind the resultant. Now after the concept, we have to go for the numerical problems. If the numerical problems are there, what are the steps involved in the resultant? The first step is the magnitude of resultant, that is R is equal to under root sum of fx square plus sum of fy square. In that, this defined as a resultant, that is the force. What about this one? Sum of fx, summation of all the horizontal forces, and this is sum of all the vertical forces. So I will elaborate that also, sum of fx. While going to the sum of fx, we have to decide the sign convention also. The force going towards right we will consider as a positive, and the force which is going towards left I will consider as a negative. So this is summation notation. F stands for forces in x is nothing but what? The horizontal direction. So sum of forces in horizontal direction. What are the sign convention in that? Towards right positive, towards left negative. Similarly, sum of fy. In that, this notation stands for summation forces in y direction, meaning of that is vertical forces. So sign convention in that: upward force positive, downward force negative. Okay. So after that we can put the value in the formula. But the next thing, all the forces must be sum of horizontal or vertical forces. If there is an inclined force, what we have to do? So this formula, resultant formula, only consists of horizontal and vertical forces. If there is any inclined force, there is no provision to provide the inclined force in this formula. So ultimately what we have to do, if there is inclined force, we have to resolve into horizontal and vertical component. So it comes the resolution of forces. Next thing is the resolution of forces. If any inclined force is there, we have to resolve into horizontal and vertical component. Let's go for the simple example of this. Suppose this is of 10 Newton force acting at an angle of 40 degree with respect to horizontal. What could be the component of this inclined force? The horizontal component you can treat as 10 cos angle with respect to horizontal, that is 40, and this will become 10 sin 40. In another word, you can treat this also 10 sin 50, where it comes from 50. This is angle with respect to vertical, and similarly this can treated as a 10 cos 50. So meaning of this 10 cos 50 and 10 sin 40 is going to be same. 10 cos 40 and 10 sin 50 is going to be same. So in any way you can treat. So I will go for horizontal component as a cos, vertical component as a sin. So this is all about the resolution of forces. If you go for the so after that, the second step in the resultant, once you get the resultant magnitude, second you have to go for the inclination, that is theta is equal to tan inverse in the mod function sum of Fy upon sum of Fx. So what it mean? Okay. First you will get the magnitude of resultant, second is the inclination of resultant. So inclination of resultant, that is theta is equal to tan inverse sum of Fy upon sum of Fx. The same value you have to simply put in this formula, you will get the theta. Last and final step, to recognize any force we required three entities. First is the magnitude, second is the inclination, and the third and last one is the location of that resultant. To locate that resultant, we have the Varignon's theorem. What the Varignon says? Sum of moment of all the forces at any point is equal to moment of their resultant with respect to same point. In terms of equation, what could it will look like? Sum of moment at any point is equal to moment of their resultant with respect to same point. So this is your Varignon's equation. What the term says? What the term says? Sum of moment at a point is equal to moment of their resultant with respect to same point. So this is your distance, and that distance will be a perpendicular distance. Resultant is your magnitude of resultant, and this is sum of moment at any point, which is nothing but what? A Varignon's theorem. Okay. So finally, what is the conclusion? If you want to find the resultant, we required three entities. What are those? Magnitude of resultant by the formula resultant is equal to under root sum of Fx square plus sum of Fy square. Second, inclination of resultant, how the inclined resultant is theta is equal to tan inverse in the mod function sum of Fy upon sum of Fx. And the final is the location of resultant. To recognize that, we have the Varignon's theorem, sum of moment at any point is equal to moment of the resultant with respect to same point. Okay. By these three formula, you will get the complete answer of resultant. Now, we will go for the system of forces. There are so many system of forces. Basically, it is divided in two parts, concurrent force and non-concurrent force. Concurrent force, if all the forces are passing through single common point, is called as a concurrent force system. It will look like in this manner. All the forces are passing through a single common point is called as a concurrent force. If not, that it is not, then it will be a non-concurrent force system. If all the forces are passing through single common point, this equation valid only for these two steps. What it mean? You will get the resultant magnitude, you will get the inclination of resultant. What about the location of resultant? Resultant for the concurrent force system will pass through the same point. So, meaning of that, the third step will not required for the concurrent force system. It is only valid for a non-concurrent force system. Okay, let's go for the example of non-concurrent force system. So this is non-concurrent force system where it required the third step also, that is sum of moment at any point is equal to moment of the resultant with respect to the same point. Now next thing, what is moment? So we are repeating the same word, sum of moment, what the moment is. Moment is nothing but what? The force into perpendicular distance. Force into the perpendicular distance. What could be the unit of that? Force multiplied by distance, that is Newton meter, Newton centimeter, likewise. Okay. So we'll go for the what the moment is. Very simple example to understand this moment. Suppose if I consider A, B and C points, and the system of force 10 Newton force is acting at C point, So we are going to find the moment of 10 Newton force with respect to A point, with respect to B point, and with respect to C point. The force is same, but the effect of that force with respect to A point, B point, C point, how will it change? Let's see for that. So I will go for sum of moment at A point first of all. Sign convention for that, clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. Okay, we are taking sum of moment at A point of this one. So put your finger at A point, rotate that force with respect to this finger. So this finger is constant. I will rotate this force towards that A point. It will rotate like anti-clockwise, correct na? So it will rotate anti-clockwise, that's why minus sign for that. And moment is a product of force and the perpendicular distance. Force magnitude of that is 10 multiplied by perpendicular distance, force vertical, distance will be horizontal. So distance between force and A point is 2 meter. So 2, bracket close. So simply it will be minus 20. What could be the unit? Unit of 10 is Newton, unit of 2 is meter. So it will be Newton meter. Similarly, sum of moment at B point I will go for. Sign conventions are same, clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. Now sum of moment at B point, put your finger at B point, rotate that force with respect to that finger, it will rotate like this one. Okay, so it will rotate clockwise, that's why plus sign for that, as we are considering clockwise positive and anti-clockwise negative. Okay, so it will rotate clockwise, that's why plus. So 10 is the intensity of that force multiplied by distance between force and B point where we are taking the moment is 2 meter. That should be a perpendicular distance. Okay, so it will comes to plus 20 unit for that in Newton meter. Similarly, if I go for sum of moment at finally C point, what will happen? Let's see. Put your finger at C point now, rotate that force with respect to that finger. But the force is passing through that point, am I right? The force is passing through that point. So distance of that force and the point, distance will be 0 because the force is passing through that particular C point. As the distance 0, the product is going to be 0. I will proceed for that. In the bracket, 10 is the intensity of that force multiplied by distance 0. So product of that is going to be 0. Okay, so sum of moment at C point is going to be 0. So final conclusion is that even if the 10 Newton force is there, if you take moment at A point, B point, C point, it will change. What it change? Moment at A point, it is minus 20 Newton meter. If you take moment at B point, it will be a plus 20 Newton meter. And finally moment at C point, it is passing through that C point, that's why it is 0.